Anyways, hello! How's it going, boys? What is up? Source back once again for yet another character impression. This time we have Hallie. We have Hallie Summer, man. Wow, she's dark as well. Perfect. Just in time for Guild War. Alright, so first things first, I don't think Wiki is updated yet, but GameWave looks like it's updated, so I'm just going to rely on that on the numbers. But either way, let's get into it. So, Hallie Summer, she has 1308 HP, 11,060 attack. She is attack style again, because that's usually how she is. She's access still. Okay, Ogi is what? Lickety splitting. Massive dark damage to a foe. Activate get splattered. Boost to dark allies hype. Oh, so it's kind of like the same as the OG one too. Activates twice when Gourd Crusher. Yeah, level 3. Okay. Get splattered. Oh, that's her slicing a watermelon in half. 5 hit dark damage to a foe. Hit to defense stackable. Boost to dark allies multi-attack rate. Looks like she can OTK. Yeah, it does look like she can OTK. Maximum smashiness. Death Shore of Death. Effect to caster. 100% boost to charge bar. Boost hype. Takes no damage or debuffs while in effect. Upon dodging, 100% boost to Hallie. Well, I'm not sure why I say Hallie. Hallie's charge bar. Activate get splattered. Can be removed. Ends upon activating twice. So the moment she dodges, she gets 100% meter. And then she also activates her first skill. So she's very Ogi based then. Ogi, dude! I love my Ogi. Yeah, actually that looks pretty nice, huh? The multi-attack buff to all all dark members is actually pretty nice. Because dark has like an issue, right? With multi-attack sometimes. Animosity Annihilation. 4 hit dark damage to all foes. Hit to accuracy 100% boost to dark allies charge bars. Can only be used when Gourd Crusher level is at 3. 16 turns. What? Citrullus Crushing Craze. Boost to Hallie's triple attack rate and dodge rate based on her hype. Upon dodging, boost to Dark Ally CA specs. Stackable. And 1 turn cut to Animosity Annihilation's cooldown. Oh. Okay. Deepeen? Death Sword of Death. Raise God Crusher level by 1 upon Hallie's charge attack. Gain effects in order based on the level. Boost to damage cap. Charge bar gain. Buffs can be removed. Alright, she's very Ogi, huh? Oh man, I love my Ogi, dude. I hecking love my Ogi! Holy Ogi, man. Full auto Ogi enjoyer, huh? I mean, it looks like she's fine, but still, holy hell. So 7 turns, 6 turns, 12 turns. Okay, then her first skill. Yeah, first skill, let's see. Damage is 155,000 base cap. So that's times 5. 10% defense down. And stackable up to 40%, and then you also get 10% double attack up to 50%, 4% triple attack up to 20% to all dark allies. Okay, and then for her second skill, I guess it's pretty straightforward, right? As long as you dodge. And I'm assuming the boost hype is actually mean that it just levels her hype level. Yeah, this basically allows her to level up her hype, if that's what I remember. What this wording means. The third skill is 635,000 base cap up to 4 times. The hit to accuracy is 30%, so you have the 30% chance for it whiffing. Alright, so that's pretty straightforward. Okay, so you get for her hype level thingy, they didn't say how much is it per hype, but you can get up to 100% triple attack and 40% dodge. 10% each. Because you have 4 stacks, right? So 10% per dodge. I mean per hype level. And then for the triple attack, I guess is 25% increase. And then whenever you evade, you get the CA specs, right? So you get 20% 20% CA damage and 10% CA cap per stack. Up to 100% CA damage and 50% CA cap. The last one, the damage cap, the God Crusher thingy, the damage cap is 10%. And then the charge bar gain you get is 20%. So it's 20% faster. So you get 20% more charge bar gain basically. Like everything that you do, like whatever you receive, for those who are not familiar with charge bar gain, is basically her meter will go up fast 20% faster based on whatever actions that has happened. So including like when other character Ogi, you get a little bit extra meter, right? If you're after the character, whatever. If you're after or before. And then you also like based on your autos, whenever you get hit, all those stuff, you get 20% extra. So that's nice. And then she gets the permanent dispel cancel. So that's good. And then her weapon, Rhine Cleaver. Wow, that's a sword in the potato. And that's also an axe. Okay. What is this? That looks like a meme. Alright, we do not talk about that. Okay, so I only can really see like just briefly seeing this, I can only see this character being used in two scenarios. One is for OTK, the other one is for full auto Ogi oriented stuff. That's the only two things I can really see out of this. I don't think you want to use her for burst. 100%, this is definitely not what you use for burst. You can use this for full auto stuff. Yeah, but I feel like you want to go Ogi anyway for this one, which is freaking obvious. You want to Ogi. In terms of OTK, it's also nice because she auto nukes on Ogi, right? Because she automatically casts her first skill every time, and because I'm assuming if you've been playing since, if you just started as well, if you've been playing since the 10th anniversary, I'm pretty sure you have Agonize already by now. So if you have Agonize, I'm pretty sure you'll be doing a whole lot more damage with this skill as well. So it's gonna be very, very helpful. Yeah, but if you started after, then I'm sorry, you're out of luck. You have to go farm that manually. She's pretty okay wise in terms of like just consistently doing a lot of multi hit skill nuke and a lot of basically just she's just a damage dealer nuke, very skill based kind of character. I wouldn't really say she's like the character that is very reliant on her autos. That's the reason why I mentioned Ogi in the first place, because you get way more out of it when it comes to her Oging, just because that you're also providing your other dark allies hype as well. And for those who are not familiar with the hype buff is basically one of the strongest raw damage buff to your entire party. The only problem with that is that it can be dispelled very easily, which is why I think that's why she has this, right? But this only applies to herself. So if you have any other characters that actually gives you dispel cancel, take like Fidel S1 for example, that gives you dispel cancel whenever you have the buff up. Yeah, stuff like that actually helps out a lot. So hype by default, you can get like, I think 100% like extra attack up. And this hype, if I recall correctly, is a unique mod. And unique mods basically stacks on top of everything. So that's why it's really one of the best buffs to have when it comes to just having your damage consistently hitting cap. It's because now, you know, like there's a lot of bosses these days that has like really, really high defenses. So like, for those who also didn't know, if you're relatively new, a lot of bosses in this game has like their innate defense. So like take for example like normal far. I think normal far is like the normal hard far, not far zero. The normal hard far, I think if I recall correctly, is like 20%. Was it 20%? It's been a while, but yeah, it's around like that. And then like if you take like for example like Guild War as well, Guild War Nightmare 200 is like 25 extra defenses. So it's like they have every boss in this game. Some of them do, some of them don't. A lot of times like the harder ones tend to have like their innate defenses, and then they tend to have extra buffs that increases their defense as well. So you're basically like trying to hit through this wall of defenses from this specific boss. So having this kind of buffs actually is very, very helpful for your team in that sense, because you're able to stack that with your other, like say dark attack up, your normal attack up, your elemental attack up, whatever, you know, like those stackable ones, you know, those other same ones, along with maybe if you have your characters that also gives you attack up based on like whatever a character's passive, or like whatever character that gives you a unique buffs that gives you extra attack or whatnot. Yeah, so if we add those stuff on top with this, I'm pretty sure, as long as you don't get dispelled, your damage should be very, very consistent. You should be able to hit your cap very, very easily in that sense. Even though, say for example, if your grid, your weapon grid is not so like say complete, or say for example if your weapon grid doesn't have like really, really high raw damage, to say the least, then in that sense, having all this, you want to stack up a lot of these buffs in order for you to have your damage more consistent, right? So yeah, that's why this is actually relatively helpful in that sense. So in a way, she is very, very good to have, because she can literally just give you hype every single time whenever she ogis. So that's kind of handy. And then on top of that, she can still do relatively okay damage, just because that she can nuke a lot. She's basically resetting her skill as well eventually, because this thing is also quite strong, in fact, because it's a multi-hit, a 4-hit nuke, right? It's a 4-hit nuke, but each hit has a really, really high cap, because it's like what, 600 plus thousand, and 600 plus thousand times 4 on top of your whatever skill cap buffs that you have, whatever skill cap you have in your grid, whatever supplemental extra you have in your grid, in your characters, whatever. If you put all of them together, that nuke can be really, really strong. For all I know, this could probably hit like, I don't know, more than 10 mil every time. Yeah, seems possible. And you're basically able to reset this faster, even though it's like, yeah, 16 turns sounds like a piece of shit, but it looks like you can kind of reduce it. But the only problem is that you have to you not only have to ogi, but you also have to dodge a lot. You have to dodge a lot. So in a way, if you're already ogieing, if I recall correctly, there's a character that helps you a lot in dodging as well. And if I recall correctly, that character name is a certain rat, a certain zodiac rat. So that is gonna help you a lot in that sense, to get your dodging in shape. But then again, her innate dodge, if she can already get some hype already, she should be able to dodge relatively okay already. If you somehow manage to keep her hype up to 4, having 40% dodge is already considered quite high. So that's why it's in a way not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. So like, okay, so we just boil it down to this. Her damage, the damage that she can provide to herself, to other members, is okay. It's not so bad. Like maybe I give it like a 6 out of 10. I give it a 6 out of 10. Her nukes makes it much more worthwhile. Being able to provide a little bit of utility to team members as well, which is this thing, and then the hype thing, I would say is at least like 7 out of 10. Her utility is actually relatively nice, because having this, right? Because some characters maybe like a lot of times you tend to see they only have maybe guaranteed double attack or whatnot, right? So having this is actually very, very helpful, just because you're able to consistently make everyone else just to guarantee their triple attack without needing like your grid being heavily invested into multi attack, or maybe other characters to give you some sort of multi attack in any other way. Right? Because this one is relatively good, because it does give quite a bit already anyway, because it's like 100 was that 20% triple attack and like what, 50% double attack. So it's already pretty good, because you have also like this is not accounted with like characters rings, because you can get extra multi-attack from your rings if you also include, say, like if you include like your EMP. You also haven't included in like your summons, your you know, the sub aura stick, like Helmel's summon, for example. You know, those set things, right? You haven't really include any of them. So by default, you already have 50% chance to double attack, 20% chance to triple attack. So if you account to everything else, it should be a whole lot more, and then it's going to be a lot better in a way, right? So it's actually pretty damn handy. And plus, if you're also using if you're planning to go Kango, right? Because, you know, Ogi Lamau. If you're planning to go Kango anyway, Kango is going to give you extra multi-attack for all the extra Ogis you're going to do, the chains, whatever. Yeah, so you're going to get that. So I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to multi-attack just fine anyway. So yeah, it's pretty handy, sure, for what she's providing. And then 30% for 5 turns, 30% chance for the attacks to whiff whoever that has this debuff is pretty handy as well. So it's like they can whiff, and then on top of, she has the dodge as well. So it's pretty nice, right? So there's a higher chance that she will not die, or your other characters will not die in a way. Yeah, so damage wise, she's okay. Utility is okay for what she provides. She can provide, I guess her weapon sucks. I'm not sure if there's really much more to add to that. Her EMP, let me check real quick. All right, so EMP, she has 2 crits. She has 2 crit. She has 1 light defense, 2 CA cap, charge boost to charge bar, dodge, 1 Ogi damage, 2 defense, 1 HP, and 2 attack. Okay, so for obvious reasons, if you're planning to go for Ogi, all right, if you're planning to go for Ogi, it's very, very obvious. You want to max this out. And if you're planning to full auto, you want to max this out. You also want to max this out because this gives you dodge, and because you also want her to dodge more often, so it's better to get that dodge up, right? And then I would honestly just go for crit at this point. Yeah, honestly at this point I would just go for crit and call it a day, because this is already all 18. Yeah, 3 3 3 3, so you have 6, all 18. If you don't really want to max out your crit, that's fine. You can probably put some on HP if you're afraid of what's that, not being able to survive, or if your damage is not consistent or whatever, right? If say your grid is just really, really bad in a way, it's probably better for you to max these out and not really max these 2 out. If you're in that scenario, you could probably just put like 2 here, and then put more on like defense and HP, just so you can survive a little bit better in that sense, rather than you just instantly dying per like just 1 smack or whatever. Yeah, but for the most part, this is probably the 6 I would go. But yeah, I don't think she needs Ogi damage because her passive already is providing CA specs anyway, so it's not really needed. Yeah, so for the most part, she is okay, but yeah, she's Ogi oriented, so I don't really like that. Some people do, but yeah, once again, she's in dark, so in other words, Guild War is probably 1 year from now, so that's really not a huge need to have a character like her, because by the time Guild War comes, you're probably gonna have much better characters anyway. I don't know, that might actually not pan out well, but I'm pretty sure all the characters that we have currently, if you just exclude her, is already better. I don't think you really need a character like her, but if you have a character like her, if you do not have like the meta characters or whatnot, it's gonna still work because she's still relatively okay in that scenario. All right, thanks for watching. That's all I'm gonna say about this character. I wish you guys the best of luck if you're planning to roll, I guess, on your grind and all that good stuff. I will see you guys next time.